Hello and welcome to a tanking guide for Artificer Xy'mox. This guide is meant for tanks and therefore ignores mechanics that do not impact the tanks at all. The first mechanic is Dimensional Tear, which will target the current tank and a random raid member. What we did was that the tank always places it in the middle of the arena and the raid member places it on the outer edge, but you should place it however your raid leader wants. You should tank swap when the mechanic goes out, so the one targeted is not tanking the boss. The next mechanic is Hyperlight Spark Nova, which puts a damage over time debuff on the entire raid, spread out to not clip your raid members. If you're not tanking, go away and make space for the melee players. The boss will also spawn stasis traps during the encounter, which on heroic will not disappear even if triggered, making it ideal to try to bait the traps to the same area of the platform, as they essentially act as a soft enrage timer. Next mechanic is the Genesis Rings, which is why we are placing the Dimensional Tear in the middle and on the edge of the room. During phase 1, from 100 to 75%, these rings will always go from the middle and out. During phase 2, from 75 to 50%, these rings will always go from the outside and in. When the mechanic is about to happen, move the boss to the portal the raid will have to go through, which is the outer one in phase 1, the middle one in phase 2. I'll get back to phase 3 in a bit. The last mechanic is the tank mechanic Glyph of Relocation. It does damage to the raid based on the distance between them and you, as well as it drags everyone to your location. What we did in phase 1 and 2 was dragging the raid to where we wanted the traps to spawn, but you should go with whatever your raid leader wants. This will also give you a debuff, increasing the arcane damage you take by 50%. Phase 3 is where it gets a bit more hectic. Rings now spawn in sets of 3, and you will have to pay attention to see where they will spawn. If the small ring in the middle is going down, the next ring will go from the inside and out. If it goes up, it's going to be from the outside and in. Every other set will have the tank mechanic line up, so the drag happens between the first and second ring. If it isn't you should run to the edge of the first ring and position so that your raid is dragged as close to the wormhole as possible, maybe even through it, avoiding the second ring. Third ring is dodged by going through the hole as normal. When the boss hits 75 and 50% health, it will be going into an intermission, going immune to damage, and spawning a bunch of adds. These adds can and should be gripped, stunned, knocked, etc. to stop their cast. First, focus on getting the 2 acolytes grouped up, as they are the top priority for the DPS to kill. Secondly, focus on getting the rest grouped. Interrupt as much as you can, the intermission ends when all adds are dead. So, in conclusion, drop Dimensional Tear where your raid leader wants for your strategy. Spread with Hyperlight Nova, don't stand in stasis traps, don't get hit by the rings, and don't kill your raid by dragging them the wrong way with Glyph of Relocation. That is it for Artificer Xy'mox. Best of luck with him. If you liked the video or have any suggestions for improvement or things you want to see, please let me know in the comments below.